Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the third installment, the third episode of Iftar Insights Inside Edition. Today's presentation will focus on the subject of sustenance. That's our underlying theme, really, even though we may touch on many other issues and many other points and show you many other things, inshallah, over the course of this episode. Why sustenance? Well, 2 points really. One, sometimes your sustenance will come to you, and sometimes you have to go for your sustenance. I'll give you the example of the sustenance coming to you. So today's the third day of Ramadan. On the second day of the fast yesterday, whilst we were running some errands, we decided to stop by Asma's workplace in Marabella, where there's a mango tree at the back of the property. So now when food is so scarce and so many people are in dire need of food, we definitely, of all times, didn't want the mangoes to fall and waste. So we went to the back, we picked up the mangoes, we got about a basin full of mangoes. These are Princestown Dudus, so they're small mangoes, so a basin is a lot. And after we picked those up, by the time we got back to Gasparillo, we were able to give out almost all of the mangoes except for about 4 or 5 which remained and we kept for ourselves. That being said, that was yesterday. I come home from work today on the third day of Ramadan to be greeted by this. These are mangoes that came to us. This is sustenance that came to us without us having to leave our homes. And these mangoes came from Rio Claro. Now, just FYI, we don't know what type of mangoes these are exactly. The person who gave it to us, they themselves don't know what type of mango it is. It's just some sort of a cross mango, a cross variety. If you happen to know, maybe you could leave us a comment down below and let us know what these mangoes are that we will be eating shortly. By the time you leave that comment, these will probably be done. It's not a Graham mango and it's not what we call locally a donkey stones. So if you've got any other guesses, please leave us in the comments down below. And another neighbor who lives a couple of houses away from us sent 2 or 3 of these now turning Julie mangoes for us as well. And the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because on the first day we shared the watermelon story, on the second day we shared the coconut story, and today I'm sharing this mango story with you just to let you know that your sustenance has already been preordained. It's been pre-decreed by the Almighty, and no matter what you do, no matter how much you give, if it is preordained for you to receive such and such amount by Allah's will, it will come to you. We did not have to go for these mangoes. They came to us. So please, on a side note, I would also like to urge you to continue giving. But when you do give, please make sure that the intention is in the right place. Please make sure that you're not giving for PR purposes or that you're not giving for marketing or anything else. Please ensure that or for humble bragging, please ensure that when you give, that your intention is in the right place. Because when Allah gives to you, He is not using it as a PR opportunity. He's giving it to you because of His mercy, and you should give to others because of your mercy as well. The reward, the boon, the bounty, whether in this life or in the next, inshallah, will be guaranteed, inshallah, immense. Now, sometimes the reward, the sustenance comes to you, but other times you have to go to seek your sustenance.
So, although the borders are closed in Trinidad and Tobago, we are going to take you on a digital journey to a country across the Atlantic. I don't know if you can tell from our decor where we're going to. Can you guess? Well, this young lady, her name is Naddia, and she's our very close friend. And she moved to this country because of economic reasons and obviously to fulfill her destiny and her passion. She had a passion for teaching, and in Trinidad, although she had many jobs, she wasn't able to get that job that really pulled and tugged at her heart and where she was able to share her knowledge with students. Now she is living in, guess where? Did you just guess? If you guessed Japan, you guessed correct. She is in Japan, and she is able to teach students and share her passion, and alhamdulillah, that's where her sustenance is coming from. We don't know where our sustenance will come from tomorrow and where we will live tomorrow, but inshallah, let us journey and see what Naddia has to say about Japan, what it's like living there, being Muslim, and especially in this blessed month of Ramadan. Naddia, take us on our journey.
Assalamu alaikum, Fuzz and Asma. Thank you for that introduction, Fuzz. My name is Naddia, and I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. I presently live in Japan. I am teaching at an international school here. As you would imagine, there are not very many Muslims living in Japan. The population of Muslims are approximately 150 to 200,000 people scattered throughout Japan. I live in Tokyo, which is one of the largest cities, and in Tokyo the population is approximately 13 million people, and still there are not very many Muslims here. The closest mosque to me is about 45 minutes to an hour away. There are few restaurants or shops where you can find halal foods, so it could prove a little bit difficult to be able to buy food outside or eat at a restaurant outside. So hence the reason that I cook a lot. You'll find a lot of Muslims cooking their meals at home in Japan. Within the last 2 years, there has been an increase of students, Muslim students and workers from different parts of the world close to Japan that are Muslim countries. So you have this influx of Muslims coming in, and because of this reason, you have now started seeing few mosques being established in different parts of Japan. So it is increasing in terms of Muslims. However, as you would imagine, Islam is the minority religion in Japan. In terms of food shops, I have found a Turkish shop that is owned by a Muslim man, Turkish Muslim man, that has products that is halal, and of course a lot of the packaging that he has, it's certified halal, so it will have halal certified on the packaging. In terms of restaurants, there are not very many restaurants in Japan that serve halal food. A lot of the restaurants that claim to be halal have one kitchen, and they would cook their pork and their different meats in the same kitchen, as well as they serve alcohol in most restaurants in Japan. Restaurants in Japan really cannot survive without serving alcohol, as I've read. Within the last recent times, the government has seen a lot of Muslim tourists passing through Japan. And because of this now, they have decided to ramp up efforts to cater for the Muslims that are coming through Japan, which means you will find a lot more restaurants with halal foods or vegetarian foods. A lot of the times, people coming in from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, Muslims, they would either they would ask about halal foods, or they will eat vegetarian. A lot of the Muslims that I have met from different parts of the world come in, they will not buy foods at a restaurant or go and sit and have a meal because they are afraid that it has pork in it. Even if it is chicken or fish, a lot of the times the base is a pork-based product. For example, lard is popular with Japanese. In terms of being able to fast during Ramadan month, the weather is really nice this time of the year. It's springtime now, so it's very, very cool. It's not as hot as it is in Trinidad. However, I live by myself as opposed to when I was living in Trinidad. My family is Muslim, practicing Muslim family. My grandfather was an imam, and I remember that during the Ramadan month, we would wake up in the morning for suhoor, and there were a lot of us. There were, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 of us, children and grandchildren, that we would gather at my grandfather's house during Ramadan month. And it would be a rush on a morning to have your meal and then rush to use the bathroom to make wudu and then get ready for namaz. And my grandfather would always be sitting in the namaz room waiting and looking at his watch. Where is this one? Where is that one? Making sure that everybody gets there on time to read Fajr namaz. While I miss that unity during Ramadan month in Trinidad, where we all sit and have a meal together, we all read namaz together. Here in Japan, I'm by myself, so it's a little bit sad for me, lonely sometimes. I miss my family most at this time of the year. It's good sometimes though, when I'm getting ready to break fast. My cousins in Trinidad are getting ready to keep the fast. They get up in the morning and we have a group chat. So we're always chatting. I'm in the process of preparing to break fast right now. I have in front of me what I'm breaking fast with. I have dates and I have dried apricots. I have some grapes. For after I break fast, I also have something called a daifuku, which is I'll show it to you in a minute. It's rice pounded and stuffed with red beans. So it's a red bean paste on the inside. Japanese are known for eating a lot of red beans. I also have an onigiri, which is something that I usually have if I have to cook while I'm working. On my way home from work, I end up having to break fast on the train. So what I do is when I get home, before I start to cook, I would have an onigiri. An onigiri is Japanese rice. Make like a rice ball, make it into different shapes and sizes, and a lot of the times it's stuffed with something in the middle of it. It either has fish flakes or pickled plum or seaweed. It's also wrapped in seaweed, and it's a little filler until I finish preparing my dinner. It is quite tasty. My favorite is actually one with salmon. There was none at the store, so I got one that is pickled plum. So I'm gonna have that. I also have my glass of water and a cup of ginger tea, which I remember my mom always having ginger tea when we break fast. So that's what I have to break my fast. Before I show you all what I have, my setup here, I just want to wish everyone in Trinidad, my family, my children, Ijaz and Irfan, my parents, Ramadan Mubarak. I miss you all very much. And I'm looking forward to a time when we can all sit together and break fast and read namaz together. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair, Naddia, for sharing your emotions with us. We could only say thank you, Allah, for letting us be able to spend this time with our families. We know that sharing that was very difficult for you. Oh God, sorry. But inshallah, we hope that one day, very, very soon, we will be able to share a meal with you. Inshallah. So it is time for us to break our fast. And, we are going to be breaking fast with Japanese tea, which you brought us the last time you visited. So we hope that this cheers you up a little. Inshallah. And we also have one more surprise for you.
So Naddia, just until we can meet up again for another one of our sushi appointments, we bought these sushi rolls so that we could also break the fast with these as well, just so that you could know that we love you, we miss you, and inshallah we hope to see you soon as well. So the dua to break the fast, brothers and sisters, is Allahumma laka sumtu ala rizqika aftaratu. O Allah, for thy sake have I fasted, and now inshallah I break the fast with the food that comes from thee. Do join us again inshallah for another episode of Iftar Insights. Tomorrow inshallah we will be heading down to close to Princestown to have a conversation and to hear from and bear witness to the iftar traditions of the Ali family, the Ashmead Ali family from down in South Trinidad, and members of the Ashnad Foundation as well. So lots to look forward to during the course of the series. Do continue to follow us on Facebook and subscribe and follow as well on YouTube. You can also connect with us on Instagram, where we're also sharing with you a segment known as Suhoor Samples. This year we're trying to give you healthy ideas for your suhoor meals to ensure that your Ramadan is a healthier one than it was in the previous years gone by. So much happening, so much to talk about, and inshallah we'll get around to them one at a time as the days wear along. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.